Okay, everybody, it's the KX Morning Ride with Ellis and Archer, and Eileen is here with me from the radio station, and we are joined by a Toronto Raptor, Bruce Brown. Bruce, welcome to the city of Toronto. First of all, before we get into your love of country music, you were traded here in January, I believe. So
Yes.
how has your time been in Toronto so far?
It's been great. Just trying to get to know the city. Obviously, coming to a different country, it's a little different than what I'm used to, but
Yeah.
there's some similarities where I'm from.
Now, you went from a championship team,
Yep.
get the Larry O.B. You didn't really get did you get a celebration because you've been traded by that point? Or did you?
I did.
Yeah.
It was the game before I was traded. We went back to Denver, and we also just played in Denver again. So it was great being back there and seeing those fans and teammates.
So you're coming to a team in Toronto that, is going through a rebuilding process
Yep.
right now. Some great parts of the puzzle. And is it your intention to be a long-term part of that puzzle?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if they want me here, I'm happy to be here. I have no plans of going anywhere. The fans have been great to me. Literally the day I was traded, I went to the mall and everybody already knew who I was, so it was great.
So I don't know if you're aware, but when the Raptors were going through their championship series, season 2019, there's a square right out here, Maple Leaf Square, packed every game. It was crazy. The parade, I don't know if you saw the parade, there were millions of people. What were you thinking at that time? I mean, obviously you're thinking, wow, you're never going to end up there, probably, but here you are. What do you think of all of that?
It was insane. So, I mean, going back to my parade, it was 800, 900,000 people there, but here it was like 2 million. So, I mean, it was a whole different level. There's only one team here in Canada, so basically all of Canada roots for Toronto. So I'm just happy to be a part of the organization.
It's like that in certain sports like baseball. Well, we used to have the Montreal Expos, now, of course, just the Toronto Blue Jays, which I guess is a team that you cheered against.
Yeah.
You are from Boston, a Boston Red Sox fan. Actually, you even have a
huge.
You should get a picture
Red
of that
Sox.
later. Yeah. Okay. So, growing up in Boston, what was your love? Was it always basketball first?
No, it was actually football. I was really good at football growing up, and I thought I was going to take that serious until it got cold outside. And I didn't want to be outside anymore, so I started playing basketball, and I fell in love with the game.
Was there a chance that you could have maybe gone and got drafted and played in the NFL?
I don't know if I don't know if I would have got drafted or anything, but I knew I had offers from BC and UMass Amherst before I had basketball offers. So, and that was in my sophomore year of high school.
It would have been nice to play with what's his name, Tom Brady.
Oh, insane. But it just gets too cold. Maybe if I was somewhere warmer, I probably would have played football.
Well, it's pretty cold here, but this winter actually has been pretty good for you. Are you acclimatizing to the city? Are you getting used to it? Do you have favorite restaurants or things, without mentioning them, where you like to go?
Not really. I really just Uber Eats at home. But I've been walking back and forth from the arena, so the weather hasn't been bad at all.
Right. What's next for you? Tell me about a typical day for Bruce. You get up. Is it all basketball all day long, training and things like that?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I think about basketball a little bit before when I first wake up. I say basketball is from like 9 a.m. to whenever practice is over, and then once practice is done, I go home. I try not to think about it too much, just because it's a long season. So I probably go home and play the game. If my dogs were here, I'd be with my dogs, walking them somewhere. But yeah, no basketball after a certain time.
We should mention too, when you make the entrance, I'm sure you've seen hockey games where they make the entrance, they're all wearing the suits and everything. You come in, you've got the cowboy hat on, the western stuff. You are a country fan, a huge country fan. Where did that love from country music come from?
I think just growing up, so I went to my high school. All my friends that I'm really close with started listening to country music, and me coming from the inner city to the suburbs, I didn't know what country music was growing up. So as I heard it more and more, I got used to it, and then I was like, it's actually not that bad. So I started listening to it more and more, and as each year progressed, I kind of listen to country music more than hip hop now.
Yeah, music is music, right?
Yep.
I mean, who are some of your favorite artists?
Luke Combs is by far my favorite.
Great storyteller.
Yep, yeah. Luke Combs, Thomas Rhett, Cole Swindell, Morgan Wallen, obviously, he's really good, and a few others.
I threw axes with Morgan Wallen.
Oh, for real?
For target practice. Wow. That was a lot of fun. But so, how many of these concerts or people have you seen in concert?
I've seen Luke Combs multiple times. I kind of go, like, if he's somewhere close by, I'll go and watch him.
You
I've seen
fully
Morgan Wallen.
fangirling over him a little bit.
I've seen a lot of people just because I've been to CMA Fest almost every year except last year for the last 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
so
I've
cool.
seen mostly everyone.
Are you familiar with the venues here that will have country music? Obviously, there'll be some here. Zach Bryan was here.
Zach Bryan was here. Like, was that the Budweiser?
That was, I think Zach Bryan was here, wasn't he? Zach Bryan
Uh,
was here.
yeah.
But there's the Budweiser stage over here. There'll be lots of country acts. There's also a country festival called Boots and Hearts.
I heard of that, and I've heard of the Calgary Stampede.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's lots of opportunities to see country music.
Mhm.
Anybody that you haven't seen that you really want to?
I think I seen mostly everyone last summer.
Yeah.
That I wanted to see. I got to meet Cole Swindell and Thomas Rhett last year,
Wow.
which was I actually have Cole Swindell's number, which is insane. But yeah, last summer after winning, like I got to see mostly everyone, and I got to meet Luke Combs for my birthday.
That's so cool.
So
Are you a fan of other athletes? And have you met your idol? Who would be your idol in sports?
Neymar Jr. for soccer.
Okay.
I wear number 11 because I used to play FIFA a lot when I was in boarding school, and he was on Santos at the time. I used to play the game with him all the time, and then Russell Westbrook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Great athletes right there. Well, thank you for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Anytime.
And best of luck here in Toronto. If there's anything you need, we're your country.
Need some tickets?
Go
we'll hook
to-
you up.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
sure he can get tickets, but maybe just, anyway,
Fair
we really
enough.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Now, I don't know if are we allowed to do this, or are you allowed to read like liners? Like